apologies, man. It said signal lost or whatever. My phone, it had low signal or whatever. But to those that were tuned in, I hope y'all come back, cause I was about to go in. You know what I'm saying? I promise I was, and I am. But I'm gonna wait for a couple people to come through, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause this is just my own personal preference of what I do and how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Cause yeah, man, it's real crazy out here. Cause we give it the power to be crazy, collectively and individually, but collectively though. You know what I'm saying? So all right, peace and love to the 2 viewers. Welcome back. My video had shut off the last time when I was finna say some things, but I'm about to go in though. All right. First of all, like I was saying, if I was the president, all right. Hold on, I'm still spreading the word. Already. Peace and love to the viewer, man. Hold tight. I'm gonna wait for some more people to, man. Welcome back, brother. Welcome back, man. Video had lost connection, but I'm back at it. I'm waiting for some folks to come through, man, so we could build, man, so you could tell me if I'm out of line or what. You know what I'm saying? Well, fuck it. I'ma just go in, man. They just come in whenever they see it, and then to catch what they miss, they could just play it back when I'm done. All right. If I was the president, first of all, like I was saying in the last video, all right, I'm back. I gotta find somewhere with better connection, cause it keeps on trying to cut off. If I was the president, like I said, man, peace and love, brother. My video had cut off the last time, low signal, but I'm back though. All right, look, like I was saying, if I was the president, I'd be more hated than Trump, because we've been programmed and conditioned to be so submissive and pacified and in love with self-destruction. Because that's what the Constitution, that's what everything was built off of. A biased, low vibrational, disconnected mentality. You know what I'm saying? So I'd be like, first of all, we got to get back to nature. We got to stop empowering all these parasites and everything. And I'd probably, it's unrealistic, first of all, because you have to get selected to be president. And they wouldn't let me in there, because what I stand for is against the agenda of, everything that the system stands for. And I'm anti-system. So they wouldn't let that. But this is all, fantasy or whatever, or just my political stance. You know what I'm saying? But all right, first of all, energy. These power plants, they'll crash the economics and everything. But I feel like all this shit needs to crumble. America needs to fall down. It's harsh to say. I know it's real harsh. Like, how could you say that, Con Juan? America needs to crumble. It needs to crumble because the foundation, the Constitution, everything that America was built on was like biased and racist and not for everybody. It wasn't universal. It's not harmony. It's egotistic, and it's set up against, it's set up basically rooted from oppression, coming and stepping on the toes and killing, raping, slaughtering the indigenous people for the colonizers to come rise. And it's like, I'm in school, right? I'm going to school for construction. Whenever the foundation isn't built on a solid, built solid, what happens to the house eventually? Starts to be cracks in the walls and the ceilings. Shit's gonna end up crumbling. And I promise that's what's happening. Just look around. It's been happening. They've been trying to postpone it, been trying to seal it up as much as possible, but it's inevitable. You know what I'm saying? It's inevitable because the foundation was built unbalanced and lopsided. It was built that in a way that doesn't complement everybody. It was an enforcing way of doing it. So this shit gotta crumble, because everything we're doing within Babylon or the matrix or their system is really against us. it's against nature. You know what I'm saying? And so we could try to make it right and try to be like, well, at least I'm happy, or at least, you know, try to justify being in the matrix, but we'll never truly be liberated. We'll never truly be free, regardless how comfortable of, you know, how rich you are, whatever, how much money you have. We're still on their hamster wheel. We're still caught up in their paradigm. I don't give a damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? You and your family personally could be right and be like, that's all that matters. But whenever you look around collectively, it's like we're sick. Like we're in a burning house. You know what I'm saying? It's a sinking ship. And you know, so like the topic, if I was the president, I'd be like, look, all the banks and all that shit, pull your money out the banks. And I can only be a word of advice, because everything going on is what we empower. Where the attention goes, the energy flows. You know what I'm saying? So I could only be a word of advice, like, man, look, I'm the president, but I'm not over you, because I'm against that. I'm against capitalism, or I'm over you, or he's over me, or whatever. I'm superior, he's superior. That superiority complex is ego. And I'm about the soul. I ain't about the ego, even though it's all connected. But nah, man, you know what I'm saying? It's about being self-governed. It ain't about, if I was president, I wouldn't try to govern you. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be trying to make all these executive orders to make people do this or not do that. You know, I feel like shit gotta crumble. You know, everybody gotta be self-responsible and be on their own, and take away all this shit that they've been having us depend on them. You know, they've been having us depend on them for grocery stores and all that, but we got to get back to growing our own food. You know, because whenever we're at their mercy, they'll give us anything. We just take it. You know what I'm saying? And we don't even think twice about it. We just take whatever they give us. You know what I'm saying? So we got to cut that shit out. We got to be self-sufficient, self-sustained. Get back to nature. That's deeper than just eating healthy foods. It's deeper than foods. I know I post about foods a lot, but it's deeper than that. But if I was president, I end all these fast food restaurants, no more McDonald's, none of that. It'll be like drive-through healthy organic spots, you know what I'm saying, fruits and vegetables. More convenient than these liquor stores and these McDonald's. Crack houses on every block. You know what I'm saying? The drug foods. Straight up. But yeah. So I feel like the system, America, gotta crash, and it is. And it's a matter of time, and it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard on us. But we gotta completely rebuild the foundation. You know, this U.S. Constitution and all that shit, talking about the melanated woman and man is 3/5 of a human. All that shit, that's gotta just completely be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Cut all that shit out. We need to stop empowering that. You know, the money, having to feel like we need to vote for one of their presidents. You know, the limited choices they give us, all that shit. And feel like that's patriotic. Nah, man, what's patriotic is completely taking over. You know what I'm saying? Completely stop giving them our power. And for the feds, I know this is Fed book, so some of them folks probably listening. I'm not encouraging or promoting, you know, like go bomb some shit up or go kill somebody or nothing like that. I know I've probably been on y'all's list, you know what I'm saying? But that's not what this is about. I'm just saying my stance, you know what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't have to pay for water. We shouldn't have to pay for electricity. We should know how to grow our own food. Man, it's like everything we've been taught, the school, the education system needs to be completely redone, because we should learn from experience and just from nature. Like, going through these institutional school systems is indoctrinating us. You know, it's got us being programmed servants to uphold the system that's not for humanity. Well, it's for a biased group of humanity that's got us divided You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, the system was built on division and not unity. So that's against what I stand for. And I'll be about truly uniting, you know what I'm saying? But I'll be about equity. Well, I don't know if that's the right word, but basically, the oppressed need to get theirs to be uplifted, to get, you know, to make up for all the pain and all that shit. Respirations or whatever you want to call it. I'm about that. But not just as far as money. I'm talking about as far as cultural reminder. You know what I'm saying? Like the elders that's deep into the divine spirituality of the Kemetic principles and, you know, way of life and the true roots and culture. You know what I'm saying? That needs to be back reminded. And not just into melanated folks, into all humanity. Because we've all been born into a lie. Believing into these wolf tickets and these fairy tales and the bullshit. So we all need to know the real divine universal truth. You know what I'm saying? We all need to stop eating all these chemicals, drinking these chemicals, all the chemtrails in the sky. All that needs to come to an end. But that would take for like how much energy is being stirred up here in Houston for the Super Bowl. Imagine if all that was directed towards not letting them put these chemtrails in the sky, or not letting them put chemicals in our food. You know, like us really uniting and going about it strategically and like in uniform and union, like locking arms. Shit, it could be done, man, but we just gotta stop giving our power and our attention to the distractions and all the bullshit outside of ourselves, and go within and really see what it is and see how they really using us against us, and they got us giving them our power for us to self-destruct, which is why, and we're all connected, so that's why they're self-destructing too. Even though we're empowering them, they're the rulers of self-destruction. So, because they're disconnected from nature. Alright, look, this is gonna be kind of deep, and it's kind of controversial. Folks might get sensitive. I still love you though, but I'ma say it. You know what I'm saying? Look, the original melanated people that started traveling, they got caught up in the ice caves, you know, had a genetic mutation because of the ice, you know, in the lack of alkaline environment and the low vibrations, you know, trying to be survival instead of focusing on ascension spiritually. It was a genetic mutation, you know, and it went from the African gene to the Neanderthal genome. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, them group of folks that was all about survival and flesh instead of spirituality basically came in and was on some dirty savage me like some Donald Trump type shit, you know, like all about power and greed and just survival and trying to live in the physical forever. You know what I'm saying? Peace and love, sister, peace and love. So yeah, so they was on some bloodthirsty energy vampire type shit. Then they came and they went back to the motherland where they originally came from, but they mutated into Neanderthals. They came back over there like totally different people. Like they ain't even the same no more. Like they different. And started taking over and like enforcing and oppressing and all that shit. Came to America with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's been like that. Look at the communion, flesh and blood. It's some cannibalistic ritual. You know what I'm saying? So everything about the system, like that ritual that they do communion with, is the official religion of the government that's ruling America. So the school systems are set up to empower and to condition us to think that the oppression was righteous. You know what I'm saying? Everything about the system is fucked up. Everything is against the real universal truth. So all that needs to be destroyed. And we need to be retaught. Everything we've been born into believing, you know, the tradition, everything is not for us. It's toxic. It's a lie. and we got to consider what really happened. You know what I'm saying? And we got to consider that everything we're in love with and that we've been giving attention to is a distraction. It's a distraction. We got to stop being stuck on the branches and dig in deeper within. Look at the roots. Look at the roots, man, because it all branched out from something. So, you know, all this egotistic shit branched out from the disconnection of nature, which is the most detrimental thing that could have happened. Straight up. So we need to get back to knowing how to depend, working in harmony and synchronization with nature. You know what I'm saying? Stop being so self-destructive and stop depending on all these things they give us. We gotta stop holding the system's hand, because they leading us straight to the slaughterhouse. Literally like we some sheep and they're the shepherds. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is my shepherd. They talking about they're the Lord. They're the shepherd that's leading us, the flock of sheep, to their slaughterhouse. You know what I'm saying? And we got to put an end to that shit, because they only got the power that we collectively give them, individually and collectively. So if everybody was like, okay, you know what? We're going to stop watching their news. We're going to stop feeding into their political bullshit. We're going to stop buying from their Walmarts and their McDonald's. And we just all come together, get a whole bunch of land, start living one with the land, start being our own police force, start being our own teachers, you know, self-govern. Then come on, man. It's like they wouldn't have the power if we stopped giving them the power, because their hamster wheel only keeps rolling because we keep on playing their game. So we keep the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? But if we decide to take that power back, we as in worldwide earthlings, you know what I'm saying? Regardless, I mean, I want to see those of melanin, you know what I'm saying, really rise back into divinity, especially because of the oppression. I do. But I want to see all of us, even of my skin complexion, learn the truth and break out of that negative cycle of continuing the tradition of like the ancestors that fed into that white supremacy bullshit. And it really ain't supreme, because white folks ain't supreme. That's just an illusion. That's the ego, the false self. What they want to believe is supreme. You know what I'm saying? Not really supreme though. Really just an inferiority complex, or just want to make it seem like a greater than thou. But that's really some bullshit. But yeah, so I've kind of been all around the place. I know if this was a presidential speech of exactly what I would do, I wasn't sticking to on point of what I do. But I don't give a damn. I'm unorthodox. You know what I'm saying? So I'm all over the place, because I'm just freestyling my honest, true thoughts. Peace and love, sister. Peace and love, queen. So yeah, like I was saying, this whole system needs to crash, because the foundation was built on some unjust, unbalanced, biased, prejudice, oppression. That's not for universal humans, or not even just for humans, but just for the life, for nature. It's not for us. It's meant to self-destruct, because it's built on ego and division. So with that being said, look, all right, when it comes to the Bible, I'm not religious as far as Christianity. I don't condone the Bible, but it's some universal truths in all their books, because that's the only way to really grab people's attention, is if they mix some straight up lies and some bullshit with the truth. And that's what they do. So there's this one metaphor I remember being taught in Sunday school when I was in their religion. You know what I'm saying? That a house built on sand is going to wash away into the ocean. It's going to crumble. But a house built on a solid rock, it's going to stay, because it's solid, is secured. You know what I'm saying? Well, America's foundation was built straight up in the sand, in some slow quicksand. Slow sinking, but it's sinking though. It's been sinking. That's why we've been at war the whole time since America's been founded. Because it was founded by some, the so-called founding fathers, but some bloodthirsty, racist vampires. Yeah, the foundation, like some bloodthirsty, arrogant, greater than thou type motherfuckers that we've been taught in school to glorify. President's Day and all that shit. But nah, man, they some hoes. They some hoes, man. We need to stop giving them any recognition besides the truth of what they really are. The founding fathers are some straight up racist crackers. Yes, my skin color saying that. Some crackers. Cause they own slaves. They didn't treat humanity as oneness. It was some pedestal, like they put themselves higher on a pedestal to 3/5. Like, nah, man. So if that was the founding fathers of this nation that, the Trumps and the Obamas and all these presidents and the Senate and governments trying to do their best to uphold, then all that shit needs to crumble. All that shit needs to crumble. It has to, and it will. But it'll crumble faster if we stop giving power to it. If we stop feeling the need to vote for a Trump or a Hillary Clinton, or feel the need to, man, it's fucked up, but we gotta work with what they give us. With that mentality, we'll never truly be liberated. We always gonna keep their game going. And I'm not saying economics and politics isn't necessary. I'm about cooperative economics, and I'm about being self-governed. That's my political stance. And do I feel like we need to completely just be on some kumbaya, not be military minded? No. We need to know how to defend ourselves. Like, this is one of my favorite sayings. Check it out. It's better to be a warrior or a soldier in the garden than to be a gardener in the battlefield. Straight up. And I got a long ways to go, but I really live by that. That's why I'm always posting Get Back to Nature. I'm about peace and love and universal harmony. Everybody rise and being self-governed, not dependent on this system, regardless what skin complexion you are. You know what I'm saying? Completely stop giving power to the white supremacy myth. When I say myth because white folks ain't really supreme. But it's only a fantasy or a dream until collectively we get on that shit. I apply it, but I'm only one person. I might be a little ripple or a fragment, but it takes a collective effort. I be trying to lock arms, but nobody wants to hear me though. Nobody wants to be about the lifestyle, because eating chicken wings and going to McDonald's and watching Empire or whatever that shit is on that's on TV, going to the Super Bowl, all these distractions that folks don't want to let go of. And they use to distract us to keep us from self-improvement and getting back to nature and getting back, learning some skills and some trades so we don't got to depend on them. Man, I could go on all day about this shit. And I'm not perfect. I still occasionally slip up and might watch a little Rockets game every now and then. You know what I'm saying? That don't make us evil, but we gotta really discipline ourselves. We really gotta we gotta know ourselves and love ourselves. Learn our biomolecular structure, know our roots, know what really lifts our vibes up. Know that we're not just third dimensional beings, we're multi-dimensional. Go within, explore, bend some ether, go to higher dimensions and learn some things about yourself. Straight up. Decalcify the third eye, man, really the first eye, the pineal gland. Because that's the gateway to higher consciousness. To know your true self within instead of being stuck on just thinking it's just this flesh, the physical. Because that's a limitation. Man, it's a lower vibration, I'm telling you, sis. And congratulations, too, man. Much respect, much love to you and to the bro. Man, it's a beautiful thing. But, man, I'm telling you, like, we got to really know ourselves. The eating is really important. How I be you know, the alkaline and acidic shit. Like, we got to start eating more electric, more light, cold. Stop eating these condensed. Well, condensed is hell. That's, you know, the cold. Condensed is low vibrational foods. You know, we be on some acidic thoughts, low vibrational thoughts that make us sick. That's the Neanderthal mentality. Straight up, man. That's the Neanderthal. Hold on, I had a message. That's the Neanderthal mentality, because whenever they disconnected from nature, you know, when they were stuck in the ice caves, they lost the knowledge of self and the spirituality to how to live on a higher vibration, you know, more in tune with the all, the universal insight, and know what's really for us, you know, our higher potential and capabilities. Am I eating alkaline foods or raw foods? I'm in the process from going to like cooking my alkaline foods. I ain't talking about like frying, but like cooking as for, you know, like on the stove, sauteing and stuff like that. I'm in the process to going from that to raw. And then eventually down the road, I'm trying to do the fruitarian thing and the breatharian and shit. But that's like a high level, you know, living on the herbs and shit. But I'm one step at a time with it. But yeah, that's the answer though. I'm on the alkaline though. I don't fuck with hybrids. I don't fuck with acidic foods. I don't fuck with I don't mess with GMOs, starches, meat, processed foods, sugars, the soy. No bueno. No bueno. But it's a challenge, so we really gotta be about this lifestyle, you know, and it's real uncomfortable, and it's like a whole new world, getting back to our natural state of being, back to the organic lifestyle, because we were born into an illusion of thinking what's normal is all right. What we think is normal is not natural, and what's natural is not normal to general public. Yeah, man, we supposed to be like this right here. You know what I'm saying? Rub these trees. Look at this shit, man. Look at that shit, man. Commune with these trees, man. Straight up. See this? Tree is in a constant state of meditation, getting in that good sunlight. Roots deep in Mother Earth, as you can see. It gets plenty of air. It gets the water. It gets all the elements. The tree's constantly in a state of meditation. You know what I'm saying? We should be like a tree. Some photosynthesis, man, for real though. For real, like, I know like this hippie or this tree hugger, well, thank you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I take that as a compliment every time somebody sees, or I go to the park hugging trees, planting my feet in the ground, you know, grounding and stuff, looking at the sun. They'll be like, what the hell is wrong with this dude? This dude's crazy. Like, nah, man, I'm just getting back to the roots, man. I'm just getting back to nature. Cause that's, you know, that's how you really unlock your higher levels and dimensions of self. And that's how you can see within, you know, and vibrate higher. So you're not trapped on the lower dimension, stuck on their hamster wheel. Or even on a higher thing, like stuck on the reincarnation wheel. I'm trying to send back to 616. Do y'all know about 616? Somebody say, do you know? Let me know what you know about 616. I know y'all know about 666, and I ain't talking about the devil, I'm talking about carbon 12. Do y'all know about 616? I know this is off topic too, man. I'm supposed to be talking about if I was president. I know. But, like, fuck it, man. I already talked about that. I'll talk about it again, but y'all can just go back and listen to me earlier in the video. But, if I was president, they would JFK my ass. Izzy, peace and love, brethren. One love, bro. Yeah, if I was president, they would not let me in there. You know, they would propaganda and blackball me to be more hated than Trump. Folks would not try. Oh, you don't know about 616? All right. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that, but I just wanted to finish my thought. They would hate me because Everything I stand for is getting back to nature, but folks is in love with being against nature. So I'll be looked at as the bad guy because I don't want us to be poisoned anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't want us to be conditioned in love with the oppression and thinking it's cool to uphold the Constitution that was built on slavery and oppression and thinking all that shit is right. The Pledge of Allegiance to a motherfucking flag, thinking melanated folks is 3/5 of a human. No. Yes, they would kill my ass. They probably want to right now. I know they're watching on this video. I know they are. You know, they're always lurking and being nosy. It's Fed book. Come on, I already know. I've been on their list. I just don't have enough of a following for them to really pursue, you know. But I know I'm on their radar though. But all right. 616. All right, I'm gonna talk about 616. Protons, neutrons, and electrons. 666 is 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. 616 is carbon 7 instead of carbon 12. That's the more lighter. That's the spirit, basically. That's the fire. You know, that's the spirit. That's the light body shift. It's 6 protons, 1 neutron, and 6 electrons. Carbon 7. And that's what they don't want us to ascend to. Because that's when we're pure light. You know, we're not condensing the lower vibration of the, you know, the flesh anymore. We're not caught up in fleshly desires and shit. We keep on not ascending, but we keep on recycling back to the 666 because when we transition, our vibrations are still too low. So it's still too way down. Our heart's not light as a feather, like the scales of my yacht. So we keep on coming back. And like we still gotta learn we gotta graduate. This is the school of life. And we keep on flunking. If we're here right now, it's either because we came from the 616 to uplift people back to the, you know, from uplift those here back to the 616, or we keep on fucking up in past lives and we got to get it right. You know, we got to become more spiritual, come out here in nature, man, you know, get in all these nature elements, eat the right foods, you know, have pure light energy, you know, eat foods that unlock our light codes. And not these low vibrational flesh and the starches and the sugars and all that shit that's got us self-destructing. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm going to tell y'all a story, which is really what caught my attention on 616. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all a story. About 3 years ago, I was strictly making money off of selling my mixtapes in the streets. I was selling my CDs. I was here in Houston, riding down 610, and I had to put some gas in my car. So I went to Sam's Club. I only had cash, so I don't fuck with cards. So I went to Sam's Club and I found out they only do cards, they don't do cash. So the only way to ascend ain't to die. I'ma get to that. But are you a fruitarian? That's live, that's what's up. But yeah, alright, look. I went to Sam's Club. There's a Federal Reserve agent watching over the pumps. At the time, I was still a Christian, but I saw a couple Phil Valentine videos, you know, God Within, all that shit. I was like, oh, so I was kind of, I was in the transitioning process. You know, I was like gradually, I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'll say that. Right? And, my ass was just bold. I was like, I'm gonna just ask this dude, man, I don't give a damn. I went to the federal agent. I was like, man, why do y'all do such evil things? Like, how could you work for a system that's like this? Like, what's wrong? And he's like, I know I'm wrong, but, you know, I gotta feed the family. I'm just doing my job, this, and that. And I started really asking them questions. One of the questions I asked him was like, what's up with y'all in this 666? Cause I didn't know at the time that was 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. I didn't know that shit. So I asked him, and he was like, man, this is some deep shit, man. He like looked around to make sure nobody's watching. He was like, between me and you, it's 616 that they're worried about. And I barely knew about 666. Then he was like 6'1", I was really like, what the fuck? I was like, this is all new to me. I was like, I'm confused. Like, you lost me there. And he was talking about still getting on his knees and praying to Jesus and all that. And at the time, I was like, starting to feel like Jesus wasn't even real. But he's talking about some 616. And I was like, okay, so is he trying to, you know, throw me for a loop, or like, you know, try to throw me some truth with a lie or something, or what's going on? But I never could really understand it. I looked it up, I couldn't really find nothing. Years later, I saw this video talking about 616, the light body shift, and it rung a bell when he said that. And I was like, oh, and I watched the video. It was talking about carbon 12, carbon 7, you know, the ascension. And like, we could be in the process of ascension right now. You don't gotta be dead, like transition, like the death of your physical body. No, it's like, it's deeper than that. It's like ascending. You could ascend every day. Like every day that you connect with nature, you plant your feet in the ground, drink plenty of spring water, which I need to work on. You know, just do what's right for your mind, body, and spirit. Heart light as a feather. Don't hold on to the low vibrational emotions like hate, anger, and fear, and all that stuff that's really hindering our growth, because it clouds our insight of unconditional love. Not saying that justice shouldn't be served. Like if somebody rapes a little girl right in front of you, I'll whoop their ass, because to me that's the right thing to do. And I'm not perfect. I don't got all the answers of what's right and wrong and everything, but you know, I say just, you know, try to live as righteous as possible though. And I feel like nature is a reflection of our higher potential. Like through nature is how we see we need to be. And I could be a hypocrite right now because I'm on a damn cell phone with all this radiation talking. So I'm not acting like I'm all the way to nature. I'm far from it. I'm still in Babylon. I'm still in the Matrix right now. But I'm aware that there's strings on my back that needs to be cut off, or strings on our back. And now that I'm aware, I got a higher sense of purpose and, you know, what needs to be done. So I'm on the way. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like all of us should be. But I'm not a know-it-all. I'm just a humble citizen of Mother Earth, universal soul being, temporarily in this body, you know, to experience life, you know, and to learn my lessons, so I don't keep on coming back to this physical. Why I say physical, the flesh is hell, I've said this before, but I'm gonna just say it again, because an ice cube, a block of ice, is the most solid, it's the most condensed. Like cold-hearted, cold-blooded, it's a cold world, it's cold, because the vibrations are the lowest. You know, the protons, neutrons, and electrons, it's like a ceiling fan. Whenever it doesn't spin as fast, you can see all of them. Things, it's more divided. But whenever it starts to spin faster, then it starts to become more oneness. Like you don't see the individual blades no more. It becomes this oneness, just like our body, just like our vibrations. It goes from, when you ascend, it goes from the ice to liquid, to the air, you know, to the ether, like to the all. It's all macro and micro, as above, so below, as within, so without. So heaven, or so-called heaven, is the fire. It's the spirit, you know, like the sun. That's raw. You know, our soul is solar. You know, soul is raw within though. So in this cold world, our internal sun got to keep us warm and help us rise through it. We can't be made cold-hearted and cold-blooded and numb and heartless like they want us to in this cold world, man. We can't. Like, I got a music video, I Refuse to Let You Turn Me Cold. Real talk, man. And it's so easy, like, being so hurt and being, like, all the way about love and the fire, passion, and upliftment, and, you know, self-love and loving others. But everybody's so cold-hearted and cold-blooded, they don't love you back. They crucify you for it. Like, Jesus was in the Bible, in a way, he was talking about getting back to nature and ascending within, the Christ consciousness. And his ass got crucified for it. When he went fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, he went out there to meditate out there in nature. But, you know, the Romans or whatever, they already had their system going on to where, and I'm not saying Jesus was real, I'm just saying, like, the story about him is like, that's what they did, and that's what they do to us now. Like the green, the nature team nature, the nature squad, we get looked at crazy or not taken seriously because it's not convenient and it's not popular and it's not cool to be about getting back to nature. It's, you know, nowadays it's all about going on the scene out in the city, going downtown, turning it up, going to the strip club, you know what I'm saying, getting high full of drugs and, you know, feeding herself with all this junk food, you know, saying fuck these hoes, I'm gonna take your bitch. You know what I'm saying? All this hate in your heart. That's what's considered cool. That's what people get paid the most for rapping about on these rap songs. It's no soul. Now it's just ego. And it's like, man, I'm not bitter because I know it's like the yin and the yang, and it's a balance. You know, you have to have one pole and there's another pole of it, but at the same time, on a higher perspective, it's all oneness. And the divinity is whenever it's not that division of this and that. It's just a divine thing where everybody's just universally in tune with each other. You know what I'm saying? I mean, interconnected. You feel me? And I grew up how I grew up in my certain paradigm around who I grew up with for a divine reason. And the body that, you know, the skin color, the type of hair I got, everything. I love myself. I never wish to be looking some way other than how I look. That's why how my hair naturally flows out, because it's all for a purpose of life lesson. And, you know, if I try to pull no slugs, you know, to the legend Michael Jackson, but try to change my nose up, well, I can't lie. One time I did break my nose, and it was like cocked back to the side, like some Owen Wilson type stuff. And and I only could breathe like 2% out of this air passage right here. So my auntie worked for this dude that does nose surgeries, and he fixed my shit. But he took off my Lebanese hump nose, which is like cultural to me because my family's Lebanese. I had a hump nose that did a little bridge like that, and they took that shit off. Now I just got a regular so-called white person nose. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, I got a fake nose or whatever. It's real, but it's fake because it don't got the Lebanese hump. But, you know, we shouldn't willingly change our shit though. We should love the flesh, but not be attached or expecting to be all about that. Like, we gotta let go of expectations and attachment. We gotta be about the spirit, man, because the spirit is where it all roots out from. That's the root. You know, everything else in the flesh is the branch. It's a reflection. It's the shadow of the spirit. You know, so when we get right within, things will get right on the outside. But we got to clean house within. We got to make this paradigm shift. And that's what I'll be stressing if I was President Con 1. You know, I'd be like, I'm the president, but y'all are the president. You know, but it's nobody better than the next person. It's just we all need to get ourselves right and help be a positive example of getting each other right. Let's get healthy. Let's stop supporting all these chemical foods. You know, whenever we get some foods, we need to stop looking how much carbs and how much proteins. Check out all the damn chemicals on that shit. These long ass words we can't even pronounce. Probably eating some bat shit and we don't even know it. So I could go in like on these different topics and everything. We need to know how to build our own shelter. You know, we need to know how to coexist. We need to know what herbs are good for us. We need to know all that. But I'm here, man. I'm gonna be here, man. I got some shit to do now. So, and he's like, oh, he's cussing. Yeah, I'm cussing. I'm not perfect, man. I'm not too divine or too holy to cuss every once in a while. That's the paradigm I came from. And I feel like that's part of the balance, but hey, I'm a work in progress too. We all are. There's room for improvement. So it's a lot of things about myself I'm still trying to balance out. But I have a general idea of what my soul is resonating to tell me, to tell y'all. When I say y'all, I mean self. When I say self, I mean the all, all of us. Because we're all fragments, reflections of the oneness of self. So yeah, I'm about to log out. And I love y'all. And let's get back to nature. Let's get self-governed. Let's let's empower ourselves and stop empowering the system that's committed to keeping us down. Let's rebuild a whole new foundation. Let's be willing to go through the crash of this system. But don't be on some bloodthirsty, my neighbor is a lick, I'm gonna go steal from my neighbor because my family gotta survive. We gotta look out for each other. Whenever it's economical crisis or a crash, we gotta look out for each other. That's the only way that this new foundation isn't gonna be like the old one that we just crashed from. Because if we go into the new foundation, into the new with the ways of the old, then nothing's gonna change. The cycle gonna keep on repeating itself. So it's gotta be a foundation of universal love for all people, for the animals. We gotta get off of this arrogant, humans are the best creatures in life. So much gonna have to change. But it takes getting back to nature. And I don't say getting back to nature like hunting deers and stuff like that. I mean getting back to nature as in we're all one. It's not like a pyramid where humans are on top and then all the animals and all that shit is below us. Like we're all one. We're all a part of this. All one with the trees and the sky, the sun, the rain, the moon, the ground, the air, the fire, all that shit. It's all a part of us. We're all a part of that. It's all within us and we're within that. You dig? So I gotta go do some things. But I just wanted to express myself, and I love y'all. I really, really do. There's nothing but love. And you know how some folks be like, and to my haters, I say, fuck you. Well, to my haters, I say, man, I want to see us get healed, man. I want to see us get it right. Straight up. I know there's some divinity within you somewhere. You just got to reconnect. Let's get it right. So yeah, my connection's getting weak on my phone. I'm about to log out now because I keep on talking. I'm like a real motor mouth. You know what I'm saying? I'm real long-winded. So I got to make myself log out before I keep on talking for 3 more hours. Yeah, so there it is, man. I'm signing out officially. One love. I love y'all. Chill.